So another reason why I want to talk emergency preparedness. Um, I've always been a prepper, I guess people call them. I've been preparing for. I live in New England. We have power outages all the time. Growing up, I remember having 2 weeks without power. You know, and I kind of grew up in a farm life, not really off grid, obviously, but I didn't have cable TV growing up. I didn't have a lot of cool stuff that kids had growing up. I had the outdoors, which was my favorite. You know, I had a lot of love in our family. So we grew up like farmers. You know, kind of struggling, and we didn't have always what we wanted. Which is another reason why I'm a gear freak. I appreciate good quality gear. I've always been about preparedness and survival. I just hate the term survival. I feel like it's just a very misconstrued, thrown around term, you know, but I say it a lot. I say survival because it's what people relate to. They think long-term preparedness, survival, whatever. So I have a couple coffee flavors. I have a caramel cubes. I have mocha cubes. I'm a coffee snob. I like good coffee. I like all coffee. Doesn't matter what it is. I drink it black, mostly. No creamers, no sweeteners. You don't need sugar. That shit's poison. I like honey in my coffee. But let me break out this stove real quick because this thing's awesome. If you guys don't know about the titanium fire ant, it only weighs a couple ounces. Literally turns into like those rocket stoves. I mean, this thing kicks butt. It's one of the reasons why it's part of my daily carry. I think it's way better than the firebox stoves, the titanium folding firebox that I have in my heavy cover kit. It's an awesome stove, great stove, but I use this one more. It works better for me. So that stuff just rides in there. My water filter, the stove, rides on the back of the pouch. And I think this has just been my best working kit for me. Super minimal, super lightweight. It looks crazy to have all of that in the bag, but this whole system, the stove, the cup, the lid, my water filter, my salt and pepper shakers, all that crap is lighter than a insulated stainless steel water bottle that I used to carry around all the time. And I kind of bit the bullet one day, and it is expensive to buy these Keith titanium bottles, but it should last a lifetime. And I don't like to look at something that is necessity for life or importance for living, survival. If I go out in the woods or if I had to hike somewhere far and I know I got 24 hours, 38 hours, 36, it doesn't matter what it is, I got what I need. I keep everything of importance for life on me. I have a Wazoo survival belt. I don't know if you guys know what these are, but it's a giant pocket belt. It's literally a giant pocket. I keep if you look them up, they have everything in them. I don't keep the folding wire saw in it, but I have everything I need. I have a water bag, water purification tablets, I have a fishing kit, I have a miniature red dot flashlight to preserve my night vision. I mean, I think of things on the extreme level. And I carry it with me all the time. I have my wallet. I have to do a separate video of my daily carry. My wallet is kind of like one of those. It's a military grade wallet basically, but I have everything in here I need. Literally, this is a miniature survival kit. I got bandages, first aid. I have fishing stuff, fishing hooks. I got lures, cordage. Everything I keep on me is related to survival. I love this leather Wazoo bracelet with a big fire steel. That's what that is, a big magnesium fire striker. What I wouldn't need, but it's there in case I did. So I can strike it. I keep a ceramic razor blade for scraping, for cutting, for whatever. I duct tape it in the back of my watch. So now I have a emergency cutting tool with me always. Could strike the fire, could cut with it. There's a lot of utility with obviously a little ceramic razor blade. Shouldn't have to explain that. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a video on my daily carries. You know, I always carry an Olight flashlight. Why? Because I don't need to pull out my cell phone to get a flashlight. This thing cycles, does all kinds of crazy stuff. Clip it right to my hat. Because I do construction. I have an improvised headband, you know, headlight. I mean, and this sometimes works better for me than a headlight, you know, and I love headlights. I have them in my kits, in my ditty bags. Has a magnetic tail cap, so you could stick it to stuff under the hood of your car. If you're working on your car, you could stick it to things that'd be hands-free. They just rock, you know. I'm almost getting to a boil here. I didn't roar the stove up. I kept it low, conserving my gas. I'm not in a rush. Just gonna try to bring this cup to a boil, make a cup of coffee, and yeah. So I'm not sure of the direction of my channel. I feel like preparedness is something to talk about, but it also is a double-edged sword because I'm always nervous about advertising. You get what I'm saying? So like, here's a great example. The Amish community, Quakers, I think to be exact. Don't take me for quote here, but they believe in having a stockpile of about 3 years of what they believe they need for life, for food, whatever they require. They don't have technology resources like we do. They live more simplistic and off the grid in that sense. So if they need wheat, grain, whatever the hell you think you would need for 3 years of food, they have that stockpiled, preserved. Now, being in the great country of America we are, there's a lot of benefits and a lot of messed up things that people do. There's crazy people that consider themselves preppers, which in my ideas, when I prepare for people. I prepare for my family, I prepare for my neighbors. If somebody is in need, I'm going to help that person. That is preparedness. So I'm not going to call them preppers. They're like militia. There's these psycho people that are like militia that go out there and they database and have names of these people that have stockpiled food. Why? So in case they need it, in case they need to go get some food because they're starving, they're gonna go out, they're gonna get it, they're gonna rob these people at gunpoint, at whatever means necessary. When you're starving, what do people do? You know, use this analogy all the time. When someone's drowning, the initial reaction from a human is it's just not. They're not thinking logically. They're drowning. They're going like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. If someone goes to help and rescue them, they will push that person underwater to breathe and get oxygen up above the surface of the water, and potentially kill their protector, their rescuer. They could potentially kill that person in panic, shoving them underwater, trying to get up and get oxygen. And it's not something they're doing maliciously or intentionally. You know, this is just because it's a panic reaction. It's like a fight or flight response we get when we're in a situation. People will be that way when it comes to life, necessity of life. If someone's starving, they're going to do something way more different out of their comfort zone that they wouldn't normally do. And that's food for thought. You know, I don't want to be a downer in situations. I like to pray for the best case scenario, but I prepare for the worst case scenario, which is why I'm a prepper. My mentality changed when I had kids. Having children doesn't give us the luxury of being irresponsible and not worrying about the future. Having children is the opposite. It made me look at my life in preparedness and in longevity, and I try to stay in shape. I try to exercise. I try to eat healthy because I want to look down the road and know I set something in stone, or hope I've instilled, thoughts, beliefs, values. That's part of my direction of my channel. I want to be educational, truthful. I want to bring people knowledge. I don't want to miseducate people like I see all over YouTube. I could have came out here, I could have made a fire, but I don't have time. I'm trying to beat the rain. My wife's about to have a baby any freaking day, and she's at home with my 2 kids. God bless her, she's awesome. And that's part of my laugh of this whole situation with this lockdown or quarantine. We look at families and they say, oh my God, this is like terrifying for people to be locked at home with their children or locked at home with their family members. Every person I hear is, I'm going to kill my wife, I'm going to kill my husband, I'm going to kill my kids. There's nothing changed in my house. We love spending time together. We love hanging out. I've actually been happier that I spend more time with my kids. They're not in school. Or my daughter's not in school, I should say. So that is at a boil. I drop the cube in there. We're gonna let that sit right here for a minute and melt. Woo! Yeah, these little stoves kick ass. Let it cool down. It's my little Keith folding titanium spoon. I didn't need everything to be Keith. You know, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I paid for a lot of money for all this crap. But I had a stainless spoon and it didn't match my set, and I am OCD. I like gear. So I bought the Keith folding spork to go with my whole Keith cook set. You know, why not? It's like $10. This thing weighs nothing. I use it all the time. I use it every day. I keep it on my daily carry. Yeah, you know, the world's crazy. It's part of human psychology to look to others, to seek others' advice. And no matter what, no matter how unrealistic or unsincere people might be being at the time, humans follow the path, you know. Psychology shows people take the path of least resistance. People don't, people don't like struggle. They don't like hard times. Who does? No one wants to struggle. No one wants to go through hard times. But doing that, really builds you in your spirit, in your mind. How you deal and cope with things and stress. That's who you are. It's going to make you fall apart, or it's going to make you brush shit off. You're like, yeah, well, you can't look at everything half full. You can't listen to what everything people say, because everyone goes on hearsay. There's no knowledge or fact based on everything that's going on. I can tell you that through history, through my personal experience, just about 99% of the things I have seen or been told through media, through the propaganda, manipulation, all this stuff we're witnessing right now, they might have a hint, 1% of truth with all bullshit, a whole lot of disinformation with information. So they might have something that they're telling us, but they also might have a lot of shit that they're not telling us, or shit that they're telling us that they want us to be wrong, or be at war with each other. Oh, it's great. Instant cup of coffee. Boiling water, drop a cube in, stir it up, dissolves. That's the mocha one. I have mocha and caramel in there. Yeah. Again, and it makes me hesitant to take my channel in directions. Like, I want to show guns. I'm a pro-gun guy, but I don't want to have to hear bullshit from people. I don't want to get videos demonetized or flagged or whatever this crap is, I did a little quick video. I didn't even want to show anything about it, I put a pellet gun in the video. I think that's kind of why I like to do, I'm a joking kind of guy. I was going to title this video the COVID cup of coffee, COVID coffee. I have a graveyard sense of humor. That's what we call it. Dealing with stress, craziness of life, death. I suffer from Crohn's disease. There's another reason why I think of doing a YouTube channel. I want my children, my family to look ahead, look back, and have a memory. So this is another reason why I fight for my health, for safety, for survival. Because I've been in the hospital holding on to my life, holding on for life, praying to God. I wasn't religious. No way. I was an atheist. I went into the hospital, an atheist, like, nothing's going to happen when we die. Well, I'll tell you what, when you're on your deathbed, you're praying to God, because you don't know what the hell else to do. I opened up a Bible. My family people were looking at me like, this kid's, what the hell's going on? you know? I heard a famous person say this. I thought it was hilarious. You go to the beach of Normandy, you go to a battlefield in Vietnam, you go to Hurricane Katrina and a disaster, go find an atheist. Go find someone that doesn't believe in religion or God when a fucking disaster is happening and people are dying around you. You're praying to God. I guarantee it. I bet you $1 million that loudest atheist, vegetarian, vegan, I'm not knocking anybody's health. That's a terrible scenario, but anybody that preaches what, practices what they preach, you put them in a real scenario of life or death, a vegan, a vegetarian, if they don't eat that fucking meat you put in front of them, what are you, writing yourself a death wish? Conflicts of interests, people's values, it's like religion. It's like government, I do not like to vote. I don't want to put in my take. I don't want to get into argument. I don't want to be engaged in what people believe in. I don't want to hear what you believe in. Good for you, I'm not super religious. No, I prayed to God. I was sick. I was dying. I'm like, hey, somebody's listening. Do something for me. I want to get out of here a healthy person. I want to live. I want to make a family, have children. Everything I prayed for has come forth. Thank you, God, And I still pray. And I was an atheist, my family was Christian. I was raised I went to CCD, I was raised in church and all that. So I'm trying to make this story short and sweet and get the message across. I think being prepared and survival is not something you should look at as an expense. I don't know if you put your life and money as a comparison. I personally don't. I buy LT knives because they're awesome. They're worth it. But some people don't look at it that way. They'll go buy a Walmart knife, a Gerber. It's a good knife. It does the job. It cuts. All knives cut. But that is the difference in my mentality. I want to have the best that I can get to know it's going to do the job. I don't want to have in the back of my mind a doubt that this might not work, or if it's my only option. I don't have only options. I like to have a multitude of options. That survival analogy, 1 is none, and 2 is 1. Yep. I think everybody needs to take a step back, just like you would do in an oh shit scenario. You can't run and panic. You're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose everything you got. You need to sit, stay calculated, take an educated guess. You can't just run around. I've been having a lot of fun with my family lately. Been out riding, hiking. I hope everyone does the same. Seeing as I'm a new channel and I'm a nobody, I didn't get tagged by anybody to do this. I nominated myself. I would like to see other people do this. Maybe I'll just drop links of who I want to see jump in. But everyone should drink some coffee, get outdoors, have fun, stay happy. This is the best therapy in the world. Nature, Mother Nature, And we'll get through this. This is what we do. This is what humans do. We evolve. We fight. Not everyone. Choose to be a fighter. Don't be a sheep. It's clearly Canadian. Like, share, and subscribe. And get out in the woods. Have fun. Happy camping.